everyone. How are you? Oh. I'm trying out new technology today, and it's been a long time since I've done live on my page. And I see my dog is going to join in the conversation. There's nobody at my door. He seems to think there's somebody at my door, so... Anyways, I'm trying something new. I'm trying Facebook Live with my phone, which I've never done before, and I don't really trust it. So I'm trying to also bring it up on my tablet so I can see if you guys have any comments and it doesn't seem to be working. So I'm not sure if I'm talking to myself or I'm talking to you guys. Anyway, so I really wanted to do this, and I've been trying to get trying to find time and trying to find something that would work for like the last couple of weeks, because we've had lots of new members and lots of new people joining us here, and so I thought people would want to see what's going on. Okay, 1 second. Swipe left. You're gonna make fun of me. That's okay though. How do I do this? Okay, I think I have you. Hi, Jackie. How are you? So it's been really weird because it's been so hot the last couple of weeks that we've all been in like tank tops and t-shirts, and then I woke up this morning and it's freezing, and I have this natural curly hair and it's really crazy, so I had to like settle for a braid kind of pigtail thing. That's okay, because you're not here to see my hair. So anyways, it's really great to see you guys. So what I wanted to do today was talk a little bit about the juggle of working and homeschooling. So a lot of people that I meet and I talk to, they're like, I don't think you can do that, or it's impossible. Or when I returned to work, a lot of people were like, well, you're gonna put them back in school, right? And I was like, no, I'm gonna homeschool. And they're like, but you're not with them. And so that was always a fun challenge to try to explain that, you know, and my children were not really little, so we always gave them a choice, but yeah, so it's always been an adventure. Hi, Amy. It's good to see you. So anyway, today I thought I would answer a few questions that people have sent in, and if you have any questions, hopefully I'll see them. I am able to see some names, so that's really good. And thank you so much for being patient with me while I try to figure Facebook on a phone, because I never use my phone for Facebook, ever. And that's actually a tip. If you work at home and you work online and you do a lot of online marketing, whether it's through social media or email, one thing that you'll want to do is find a way to, I want to say, like, set business hours. So I work at home and I work outside the home. And so one thing that I've always done, except today, so don't be me, I'm breaking all my rules today, is I don't put the social media accounts that I use for my business on my phone. Because what happens is you leave your at-home work, right? And you're either at your day job or you're homeschooling or you're running around doing errands. And if you have it on your mobile device, what I find is happening is that you get all these notifications, right? So it's like ding. And I don't know about you, maybe you guys have way better self-control than I do, but I'm like, oh, I gotta know what that is. And if I don't, it drives me crazy. I know, I need a life. My kids tell me that all the time. So I usually keep all those things off my mobile device, so they can't come with me. You know, it's kind of like that separation, because if not, what happens is you end up working all the time, and that can kind of drain you. I find I get exhausted, I get tired, and I'm kind of an introvert, so I don't like being, I call it peopling. And so I feel like if I'm always accessible to people, then it's draining, and I just find it hard. So that's one thing, that if you work at home, or even if you work for a company at home and you need to set hours, a really good idea is to keep your business stuff off your phone or off your mobile device. Unless, of course, you need to be on call, or if you're in the healthcare field or whatever. Okay, so another question that I was asked was, when do I find time to clean? Which is kind of funny, because I don't know if you guys can see. Nope, you can't. It actually looks almost clean over there. There's a first. But there's actually dishes waiting for me. There's like clean dishes that need to be put away. There's dirty dishes that need to be washed. My dishwasher is still not fixed. There's clothes that I just remembered I still have in the dryer. So honestly, number one, you can't do it all, okay? There's only one of you. Have you guys found a system or anything that works really well for cleaning your house? I'm going to share what I do, but I would love to hear what you guys do. So let me know. I think I can see the comments. It's really weird. I can see who's watching, but I can't seem to see comments. Sorry, I'm a coffee drinker. It saves me. It's like what almost keeps me sane. I'm not going to say sane because I'm pretty sure I'm not sane, but coffee. Sorry. Do 30 minutes of cleanup each day. Max, quiet. I have a miniature schnauzer. He seems to think that everybody is here to visit him. Nobody is here, and he still thinks that the invisible person is here to see him. So Jackie, that's a really good plan. 30 minutes of cleanup each day. And I believe you have smaller children, right? Or am I wrong? Could be wrong. I have older kids, so ever since they were little, I had them involved in cleaning. Now, someone, I think it was Chase, made a really good point, and I need to work on this. She says, when your kids do something like fold their clothes or fold towels, don't refold them. Don't re-clean them. I struggle. I worked in retail for a long time, so we've been taught to fold things a certain way. I come home, I still fold my things like that. And what happens is the kids bring them out and they fold them. And I mean, they're neat and they're okay, but my instinct is like, but it's not right. It is, it's fine. And I'm learning slowly to let it go, but it is a struggle. He's 4. That's a great age. Love that age. When my kids were 4, they loved to do housework. And so that's when a lot of my training went into place. Like, okay guys, we're gonna vacuum. And they would run the vacuum over the carpet, and they played basketball by throwing their clothes in the hamper. And we really made it fun. We tried to keep it as a game. And I found like that's really important. So how I find time to clean now is my kids have chores. So they have, during school, they have 4 chores that they have to do a day. And this is, I know that kind of sounds like a lot, but just hang on with me. So they have usually a dish chore, because dishes are never done. I don't know about your house, but I don't know if it's because I have kids who are always hungry, but dishes are never done, ever. My sink is like empty maybe 5-10 minutes. So we break it into 3 steps: sorting and scraping, washing, and then we air dry them and someone has to put them away. So it's 3 of us. My husband does most of his work outside the home, so he does it on the weekends or when I'm working. So one child gets washing and one child gets drying or scraping and sorting, and then the parent picks up the other piece. And so that way, and I have on the chart 3 times a day, because my kids will be like, oh, I already did it today. And then you're left with like a mountain of chores, of dishes. So that's one thing they get. And then they get an animal. So I have 2 cats and a dog, as you can tell. And they have to feed them and do the litter. So that's one. And then they have a 10-minute cleanup where they walk around the house for 10 minutes. Sorry, I thought I heard knocking and realized it's my dog scratching. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they walk around the house for 10 minutes and pick up their stuff. So anything that belongs to them. So, because I have one who's a dropper. Do you have a dropper? They walk and they like drop things as they go. It's like, oh, I'm done eating, I'll put my plate here. Or, oh, I'm drawing a picture, I'll leave my plate, my pencil here, and my art supplies, and a blanket, and a book. And they go through the house and they leave stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm your mom, but it is not my job to walk around and pick up after you. So they do that. So 10 minutes, once a day, they just go around and pick up their stuff. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th chore is usually something they're learning. So it's like cleaning the bathroom or cleaning the toilet or, washing windows or something like that. So that's how I do it. And then I do everything else. And they do their own laundry because they're 13 and 15. But by all means, And I love Jackie's point where she said do a 30-minute cleanup. I think timers are a big thing for me. Like set a timer and see how much you can get done in 30 minutes. That would be fun. So that's one question I had today. Another question that I was asked was, how do you do it all? And I bet everyone can guess that knows me what my answer is going to be. Can you guess what my answer is going to be? I'm going to take a drink. So how do you get it all done? Well, my simple answer is you can't. And most people are like, what do you mean you can't get it all done? There's no way. I'm one person. I can't do it all. What I can do is pick the things that are most important to me. So especially when you're working and you're homeschooling, it's really vital for you to pick the things that are important. So for example, each day I try to pick one thing that I need to do besides homeschooling, especially if we're schooling that day. And we don't school every day. We don't school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We school when we can. So actually my children this year are doing a 4-day schedule. So 4 days a week, they do school. And it depends on my work schedule. So I usually work on the weekends and a day or two through the week. So they'll do like all their independent learning and all the stuff that they don't need me for. Hey, Shelly! All the things that they don't need me for when I'm at work. Because that's really important if you are working outside the home, is to make sure that they can do these things without you. So we do have school. So besides school, I pick one thing that needs to be done. Oh, no way! I didn't know that, Shelly. She says we're doing school 4 days too. I knew she had a really cool program because honestly, guys, there is not one way to homeschool and work. There's no one way to homeschool, period. If you think that homeschooling has to look like this, and that is the only way it looks, sorry. No. So you need to find something that works for you. Jackie, you are too? Ah, that's so cool. So I love it. So my weekends are not on the weekend, which is kind of annoying because people are like, yay, it's Friday. And I'm like, yay, I get to go to work. So we take our weekends through the week, which the bonus is that things are way quieter. So when we want to go to the library or we want to go to a park or a museum, there's not as many people. So that's kind of nice. And yeah, so I forget what I was answering. Oh, how do I do it all? Okay, so I pick my one thing. That's why I have notes, people, because I have teenagers and I have mom brain and I cannot hold a thought in my head to save my life. Okay. See, Shelly, it's okay if you mess up, right? We're all human. We make mistakes. Okay, so I pick my one thing, which is homeschooling, and then working, if I'm working that day. And then I usually pick one other thing I want to do. So it might be a housekeeping task. It might be prepping meals for the week. It might be writing a grocery list. Anything that I feel that has to be done. So I have my one main thing, and then I pick 2 or 3 other things that I need to do. And I always put drinking coffee on the list because I'm a horrible person and it makes me feel good to scratch it off. But honestly, it is, my coffee isn't, okay, for me it's coffee, but for you guys, it needs to be something for you. So those are things that are really important. So even if it's only 5 minutes, and that's the next question that people ask me a lot. If you're working and you're homeschooling, how do you find time for you? Hi! You can tell your son, Shelly says my son just yelled hi. He thinks you can hear him. I can't hear him, but thank you for saying hi. So yeah, how do you find time for you? And this is going to be the last question for today, unless you guys want to leave something in the comments. Finding time for yourself has to be a priority, number one. It has to be important to you because unfortunately, it's one of those things nobody can do for you. Your housework, your kids and your husband and your family can help out with. Schoolwork, your kids, your family, and other people can help out with. But looking after you, only you can do. Now, they can help. We had a discussion on the page earlier this week, and a mom said that her husband becomes a blocker. And I love that. Love that. So thank you for mentioning that. So he blocks the kids, answers their questions, steps in, helps out while she goes and does something be it work or something for her. Now, I find time for me in various ways. It's usually stopping and taking a drink of coffee if I'm having a bad day, rewriting my day, so redoing my plans. I also take Max and I'll go outside and throw the ball. Great thing about pets, they don't judge. So if you're having a bad day and you need 5 minutes of self-care, you can talk to your dog, you can yell at and excitedly, you can sit there and cry. The dog is not going to judge you. He just thinks, yay, you're here. And so that's kind of the great thing about pets. But I also have walked probably many miles in my yard, blowing off steam, enjoying the quiet. I also hit the gym a couple times a week. You would think I was in shape. I'm not. I just kind of go and work out and enjoy the quiet relatively. And it's a nice break. And plus it gives myself and my husband a few minutes to like connect on the way there and on the way back. So yeah, the blocker, Shelly, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? I would like a door. My office is my couch, so there is no door, but my kids are pretty good. I mean, they're older. And like today I said, hey guys, I'm gonna try live. Do you need anything in the kitchen? Because they do not want to be on camera ever. And they're like, no, I'm not hungry or anything. Miracle. No food. And so, you know, they're pretty good. But yeah, there are times when I would really love a door even. But yeah, so make sure, so put yourself on the list. So no one's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. Put yourself on the list. And there's tons of ideas. I'm going to mention, so what have I mentioned so far? Finding something for you, walking outside, going to the gym. So what do you like to do? What is just for you? So is it creating healthy meals for yourself? Is it exercise? Is it reading? Is it crocheting? So pick a hobby, learn something new, 5 minutes every week. So that's really vital. So those are the questions I've answered today. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm gonna head off and do some dishes. But thank you so much for joining me. This was absolutely a blast, and so we'll have to do it again sometime. If you're a working homeschool mom and you want to join us in the club, we do have a Facebook group that you can join us in, and we talk about these kinds of things all the time. So if you're interested, I hope you'll join us over there. All right, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.